Hello everyone, welcome! Today we're going to be playing Spin and Goes. If you didn't see last week's highlights, they're really good. They will basically show some hand range analysis, which I think is a really good habit to get into, especially playing poker. It's very easy to autopilot, especially playing many tables, many years. It's very easy to fall into that bad habit. So I think having a process before you click any button, no matter what hand it is really important. So I think there was a good demonstration of that in the last video, so I hope that's useful. Let's see what we get today. Hopefully some big spins. It's always what we're rooting for. 25s. Yeah, let's get on with it, see what we get. Playing the synth wave again today. Nice vibe. As always, any questions, shoot them off in the chat. Happy to answer. All right, let's do it. Good start. Don't recognize any of these names. 2x. I think I recognize Dawn, but doesn't look like I have anything on him. Button limping, you can pretty much jam any ace in this spot, and you'll be printing in general. Punish those button limpers. Free chips. Min raise, pretty much calling my entire range here. It's a pretty good board for us. I'm just wondering whether to raise and deny a bit of equity, save myself against barrels. It's a pretty good turn. He comes out betting, which has been annoying, but can't really fold. This would definitely bang it. Just half pots every street. Min raised pre. It just didn't even look like it had to think. It's such a dry board. That's a really horrible spot. He can check back an ace on this board, but he also has some over clubs that maybe just don't see bet or barrel, so I think for just one bet we're going to have to call. And he obviously just has the ace of clubs with the 4, which kind of sucks, but I don't think there's anything else we can really do there. He will have some king of club, queen of club type hands that might decide they need to start bluffing on that river. Sticky start, not really what you want when you go straight into the game. That's why it's always good, I think, to do a bit of study before you play. So this turn can hit him with like 5-2, 5-4, 4-2. We have the backdoor ourselves. 6s, that might be a bit tight, but I'm just going to let it go. King is pretty bad as well, because he is going to call with some king highs. I think I'm just going to bet against a 3 or a 6x, and, sorry, a 3 or a 5x, and try and get them to fold with the low bet. I think it's pretty profitable to do that. Well, interesting spots so far already. Lots to speak about. This is just the classic player raises, doesn't bet at all. Probably has showdown unless any reason otherwise. I don't think king high is going to fold. So, I mean, he's probably not even folding this. A6 going to have to just get in now. All offsuits, just want to be jamming pre, don't do anything fancy. Ace queen suited, obviously loving to get it in with the 5BB in the middle, 12BB stack. 10-6 suited, really nice here. You have the option between this stack to pot ratios, you know, not very big, so you have the option to check if you want, or you can just make 1BB. I think sometimes there might be better to just go for checks. That could be perceived as results oriented, but as I said, stacked pot ratio so low. He's been raising every blind, but we don't really want to raise this one. King 4, odds are too good. I think we will min raise this and just call it off. He's just been raised every hand, so we've seen him do it. Do we want to bluff this one off? Is it like the worst time? I think we still have to call. He shoves pre-flop with a bunch of aces as well, so. Sticky spots so far. Fell Dawn. Alright. The good thing about the ace as well is we're chopping with sevens that were beating us. This is gonna have to go in. It was a bit quick from him, but still not much we can do. Ace 8-3, very nice board for an ISO pot. He does call. That kind of blows. I am gonna bet again. He's gonna have to fold some king highs and some backdoor flush draws that just fold. Alright, so he just gets it in. Maybe he was trapping. I think that turn bet is gonna work pretty often against players. Get lucky with the Queen 4. This one's probably going to be check raised if he bets a reasonable size. He does check. We just look so draw heavy, but still going to have to put the pressure on. 8-5, easy bin. Getting a lot of trash. Alright, heads up in both. See if we can take one. Jack 10, easy shove with the 5BB. This kind of blows. Against the reg, this is an easy call. Against the unknown, their ISO range tends to be a lot tighter. And the SPR is just too low. We only have 10 BB, it's going to be really difficult for us. Well, that sucks for the 9-8 suited. Try and get this guy in the game again. Looks like we have 2 regs, which is not what we wanted. We hit the 6, that's pretty good. Not going to really bet for value here because you're only betting against the 5 or some random king highs. Don't think we need to. It's a really good turn and river. Yeah, well, do. This is an easy call. Not our board. No spade in the hand, too short stacked, not really much to be done. Haven't seen him min raise yet. Cool. It's a pretty big bet size for this dry board. I wouldn't call 1BB though either, it'd have to be suited to be continuing. I was going to say, you can shove 12 against regs, don't think we need to against this guy. It's been pretty aggro pre-flop though it seems. See what notes have against this guy, 3-bet shove squeeze. Looks like I didn't get the note in. Again, just because I think they have reg tendencies, I'm just tightening up a little bit. This guy hasn't been doing too much limping. It's the board we aren't going to be doing for a check call. It's a nice pop bet, no reason to do anything else. He's going to shove a lot of ace-x off pre-flop, and at this SPR, like, you just can't worry about these turns, you just have to call them off anyway. So he checks. We have to just go for value. We could value town ourselves against another queen. It's just so weird that he checks the ace, we block the straight, he can decide to turn his hand into a bluff. He did it pretty quickly, which makes me think he's not really bluffing, but we're just so high up in our value range and disguise that we kind of have to call there, not really much we can do. Like, there's no way he thinks we have a queen at in that spot. He's ISOing a lot, I'm definitely going to be limp shoving more. 1BB calling, potentially raising turns if we get some sort of straight draws. Ace comes, that's not so good. I'm going to start folding against this guy, he's ISOing quite a lot. Just going to let this go now. I would even start shoving pre-flop with some king X here, but this is too loose. He's been very aggro pre-flop. Definitely one for the trap here. It doesn't bite this time. Easy check back. He snap checks, which just makes me think he doesn't have anything, so I'm definitely going to be betting to protect equity. Horrible board with 5-7, even though he's been raising a lot, so he's probably got a lot of junk in there. Really bad run out on the right. Another good hand for a limp trap here with the 9s. Still going to see bet the 9s. A bit unfortunate. It's not working out against this guy at the moment, but we're still in. That's all we can do. Like I said, tightening up the ranges a bit. He's ISO'd pretty high frequency so far. Just wondering where I can min raise against this guy. Just cool. Good, the bad board. It's all over his cool range. Shoving 4s against the 2 regs. Just hoping to show this one down and take it, really. It's going to suck if he bets on the river. See what he has. Slimping 4-5 suited. Alright, just wasn't his board. Now we get the ISO. Yeah, it's just outside. Seems like he's doing a lot of his playable range in his limp range and raising a bunch of trash, I would assume, which is why we want to be punishing it with those king X's, hands that aren't going to flop too well. He's actually played alright so far. I mean, we haven't seen his cards, but he's been pretty aggro. Turned king high into a bluff. Queen jack's obviously a call. King 5 will be getting in. Yeah, again, not shoving this one. Checking these boards. Obviously, has showdown. Any player will bluff these boards. Nine-3 binning. We play against a non-competent player or someone who doesn't ISO, but it's not this guy. C betting 100% these boards. might take some traps exploitatively. Very weird bet. We have pretty much the worst hand we can have in this spot. So I think we're just going to let that one go. Have to call this one. Hit a really nice flop, terrible turn. That's all she wrote. Not really much we could do there. I think we played that very well in general. Just didn't have any hands to 3-bet him or do anything with. Sometimes it just goes like that. 75, 7-3 suited is going to be a fold. Easy 3x fold with a 10-2 off. The Doyle Brunson would not be too proud of us there. Fours. Not our board. Still going to see that. Pretty bad turn. Connects with a lot of his range there. We're just not getting any folds on that turn. King 10 is a jam. Let's see what notes I've got on this guy. Heavy ISO, blind be blind. Shove 10 BB heads up 10-6 suited, so that's interesting. Min raise 20 BB, blind v blind, 10-6 suited. He seems like it's 10-6 suited. Weighing up his options here. Ten-eye flush draw pretty strong on this board. Lots of turns with the 9-4-7. Not really one of them. I'm going to take some delayed C bets. It's a pretty bad card. 3 BB. It's a pretty nicely disguised river. He probably expects us to bet. Uh, 2.6. All right. 3 BB, 3 BB. I'm wondering whether we can get away with a flush bluff, and I think we have to. Going to get any random 1 pairs to fold. Even 9x are going to find it difficult there. He made it really small on the turn, so. I think this is a reg. Pretty tempted to shove. I think I will. Seeing a lot of regs ISOing trash from the BB lately. I've caught a bunch of them. Pot bet, pot bet, pot bet, pot bet. I think without the straight draw, I'm just going to let that go. We're just going to face so many river barrels. Seven, 6. Let's see what we get here. Alright, we've got a new follower. No pasa nada. Welcome. Thank you very much. Hope you're enjoying. This guy is a reg. I'm just going to bet. Play the normal strategy. I think regs are more inclined to do something stupid. We're going to raise call, raise call, raise call. Try an ISO, cheek ISO with a 7-4 against Robin Hood. Is he going into the tank again? 7 is obviously a call. Pretty good board for the 7-4. Alright, nice. Took it with the 7s. Didn't even see what it was up against. Oh, against 9s. That is brutal. Pretty bad turn there. That hits a lot of his calling range. How do I want to play this? King Queen's going in. You can have some trash there. This is horrible. Pot's too big. I kind of have to call. Right, I guess we're going to be all in. Because he's going to have some backdoor flush draws there. That, like the spades, that might want to bluff. He had 10-9, so it was pretty brutal for him. What did... Oh, we were up against the 10, so he raises... He raises 11, BB. Oh, nice with the kings. That is a bad board. Let's get the note in raise. Come on. In raise 11, BB, heads up, 10-10. Do I want to equity protect? No, I think that's a bit wild. Alright, let's get another one. I'll just take that one with the kings. This looks like a good game, don't recognise the players. 3 BB, okay. Goes into Queen 9, King Queen. Just how much can we get? That's the question. Here's 10. Fold. Do we want to turn our ace 10 into a bluff? I think he's going to bet most 7x there. So I think we can. He's going to find it really difficult with one pair hands. Probably not super orthodox, but we have a lot more 7s than he will there. Just wondering whether to go for a check raise or a bet here. With the Jack 7 suited. Alright, he checks. I think some spades like bear, jacks or 10s would probably bet this, but I need to bet for protection anyway. Didn't bet the flop because you don't really want to blow a pot with king 5. Not really getting that much value. He doesn't have many 3x or 2x in his range. Shoving us in. No hands to defend with so far. I think we might take this one, to be honest. Give him a bit of a taste of his own medicine. Not really much we can do. We have the hands we're supposed to call with. I'm not calling any trash there at the moment, so. King 4, 13. I think we'll just do the same. He's not really folding too much. This one we're going to fold. It's been way too ISO happy for us to be calling. A lot of hands are going to have to continue this Jack 5-8. Don't be shy about your bet sizing. hits a lot of ranges here, lots of diamonds in their hands. Just wondering whether anyone can call. It's hard to make it a bit of a smaller size. They're both so short, so I think we just have to go for everything. Can't really make it like 5 there, so maybe could have sized up slightly more on the flop to make it a bit more enticing for them to call on the turn. I think that probably would have been a better play. Would have got more EV that way, more chance of calls. We're calling. It's a shame we're not deeper. I'd consider raising here. Easy shove with the ace queen. Aces. I don't know these players, so I'm going to be a bit exploitative here. It's regs, I'll just raise. I really do have a horrible hand here with the queen too. Again, that's not the best turn, but we still have to bet. Still going to have lots of one pair hands, and it's such a short stack depth. Like if we just jam there, we don't really get much pre-flop. We don't get really much value there from our aces. And if you didn't see yesterday's stream live commentary, it was a Sunday Million final table of the big 20. There was a lot of education there on how not to play aces short stacked in MTT tournaments. It was, yeah, pretty bad. People were not getting value from their aces, just shoving them in pre-flop. And there was definitely there options for higher EV lines. Always think about the highest EV line. That's the best way to go. This guy I played this morning. I think I'm going to start letting this Cancri start bluffing. Try and get some value now. Could perceivably bet turns myself. No, he raises. This is kind of weird. I don't think that many players are really capable of like bluffing here. He should bet his draws, so he's really going to be like Jack 6, 8 6 that didn't bet, right? So yeah, there we go. As you'll see in that spot, most players just don't bluff. So like I would highly recommend in general like seeing that spot and realizing that players just don't bluff there. Like I should not call there basically. Not many players are capable of bluffing. When he calls twice, he's got way more 8s than 5s, so I'm still going to value bet. And also the fact that river's 5 obviously really helps us. Could consider bet protecting with the 4-5 here against Cancri. It's a good river to do it. He doesn't really have very much. I'm not sure he's really going to bluff us off anything. We're really hoping he just has a 2 or checked back 10. So let's see, did we get called by... we got called by Jack High on that other dry flop. So that was interesting. I think we will definitely label as recreational, highly recreational player. Might even register again now, see if we can get him again. Alright, open-ended straight draw, Jack 8's going in. No, we didn't get him again, but we got 2 unknowns. Oh, we hit, no, I was going to say we hit the Jack, but we hit the King. BB going in. Oh, that is not the scenario. Alright, another follower, you're nuts. Thank you very much, hope you're enjoying. Gonna go for a cheeky one against this guy. I'd really prefer to have some sort of queen, king X. That is not a great board. We are going to get some good barrels though, so this being one of them. Raise a call. I guess we have to just go for it. Just have to go for it. Feels nice to get away with that one, that's for sure. Another spot we're going to be pressing pretty hard. Just taking initiative, 10-6 suited. We'll do this against anyone I don't really recognize with a bunch of hands. Oh wow. Running into it against the 10s, not so fun. 17 BB. Maybe could take some other lines against two perceivably bad players. I mean, if we limp and they have ace-2, they're probably shoving anyway, right? So maybe you get some more EV post-flop against the bad players. It's an interesting, debatable one, which would be the highest EV line. Always try and think about like who you're playing against and what your EV is in a game as well. 2.2, again I'm going to go for a cheeky one. It's called again. Well, that is our board. Okay, that one didn't work out. 6-5 easy call. Pressed that one pretty hard, but I think, you know, there are a lot of strong aces in that range. Not too many in his range. He's gonna like shove a lot of these pre-flop. 6-5, pretty easy call. Good turn for us. He doesn't have too many 3x in his range. Shove. Is he just shoving like he 3x'd pre, right? This is a bit weird. We have 7-3, we have 3x's. I'm just gonna let this one go. It's like an over pot bet. It's a bit strange. Like, unless he's just shoving, maybe he's just trying to shove flush draws there, like 7x of diamonds. It's a bit strange. I hate folding that. But like, we have so many threes in our range that I think shove from him there is pretty debatable. Obviously ace 5 suited we're calling. Wow, he shoves the queen 3. We'll be noting that one. Oh yeah, taking it down. I'm not sure we can make a note on him now. Let's see, 13 BB. So it is kind of a GTO move from him, which you know, I said we've been playing him a decent amount. Seems like a reg, so I think we're going to put him as reg. So this guy can't really have the king of clubs now, which is good, which is obviously part of his calling range. So I'm just going to put some pressure on. If he wants to call me with a 6 or a 5, he can. I'd prefer to have a club, obviously. It's a bit wild. It's not good to have a 9 or a 4 in this spot, but against an unknown, I don't think it's too bad. Maybe it was pushing a bit hard, but didn't cost me that much. KLX, I recognize him from his avatar in general. Alright, Jack 10, good board. Terrible turn. No good on the river. Get a raise. Gonna be a bunch of flush draws. I think we'll be calling and re-evaluating turn, and that is the turn we don't need to evaluate whatsoever, as we absolutely smash it. Chop it up. So he calls 4-3, and that is actually a GTO call. Size up against this guy. 3x, I'm definitely shoving this one. There's so much extra EV with a caller and a small blind. If you can get any of them to fold, you're doing well. Going to be bluff catching on the river with the ace-9. He bets so quick, but whatever. Like, I'm not going to overthink it. This guy's ISO'd us twice. Going to have to watch out for him. Watch out for our podcast coming tomorrow, guys. It's going to be a fun one. Mark Herm won over $7 million playing MTTs. Pretty awesome guy to speak to. And lots of nice tips and tricks for playing MTTs, what it takes to be a pro. So watch out for that one premiering tomorrow. I'm sure you'll enjoy it. It was really fun speaking with him. Like flatting here, I won't agree with it. I think it's shovel fold, and I just don't know anything about him, so I'm just going to go for it. Players generally, when they 3x, are not that strong. It's like weak aces. Some players will do it with some strong hands. 7 is obviously a call. Right, so he reshoved. Okay, interesting. I'm going to note that one, because he shouldn't be doing that. Let's see, 15, 16, 17, 3-bet shove, 3-bet shove, 17 BB, BB versus button, ace 2 suited, so that is quite far off. 16 BB from the big blind versus me, a regular, so only against a regular. You should only be shoving like ace 8, 9, half of those plus. No ace x suited really, and ace 4 and ace 5 off. So as you can see, it's quite a tight ace x reshove range. Gonna be leading this. Definitely betting this. Oh, we hit the monthly poker challenge on Stars, which is nice. Few days to go. Min raise. Yeah, odds wise, just gonna have to call. So he was being a bit interesting. He was raising the old king 6 suited in that turn against 2 players. Do I want to raise this one? 7 BB. Could shove Jack 8 off pre, but I just don't think players are shoving wide enough versus the limps, so I'm quite happy to play a pot in position. We'll be sizing up. Ace 6 suited. I could consider just start barreling with the ace-6 suited now. Shove. He should shove king X's pre-flop. I'm obviously calling. Hits the river. Check. Too high up in our value range with the ace-6 suited. He has no idea we've got an ace high here. That was pretty sucky. 6-2 suited, but I think it's fine. Guy doesn't know our ranges, just going to play super polar against him. Pretty easy fold. Just stabbing with the ace-2, not thinking too much about it. That's a good barrel card. I think we will be just blasting this one off now. You know, there's not too many Jack-X that call that flop. So he's going to find it quite difficult with all of his hands. Okay, not the one he had then. Nothing doing on that board. Jack 3. Instant check from Apollo. I don't think we'll get any value by betting. We block his straight draws. Jack 3 I could consider. Yeah, I think I will protect the equity. We're going to go for him trying to get a split pot here with the 10-8. Could pop bet it, probably is a better size. He obviously doesn't have a 9. Can we raise? That's the question. I think we just call. It's a super weird bet by him. Have to go for it with the flush draw. Very nice with the queen. Considering raising. I think he's doing this with a bunch of jacks and draws. We are going to value 10 ourselves sometimes against better queens when we raise. I think we will charge them now. If he has a better queen, then fine. He should call all of his strong draws. He raised pre-flop. He did. So we have to call this one. No hands against the Kiko yet. Pushing against the Apollo here. Turn this off now. Alright, easy call with the King 8. Just going to keep raising against Apollo. Definitely calling. I don't think I'm going to bet here. I don't want to get raised to blow up my equity. We've seen him donk before, but we can still take it away. And we do hit the river. Hopefully we're going to be facing a 4x or 6x. He's going to bet some of the flop with some 4x there. Like 4, 5, 7, 4, 4, 2 maybe. See if we can get a call. No. 1 BB. Well, it sucks we don't really have anything here. No diamonds. Even though it's such a small bet. Gonna be banging into my spades. He didn't even think about bluffing this turn. Now he min raises. We saw him min raise before with the King 6 suited on the turn. Wow, just had a 5. He actually had a full house. we'll shove foul dawn. Could be bluffing with the best hand here. I was just wondering whether, I think if we had good rivers I'd continue, but I think on a brick we'll just stop. He actually had hit the 5. 7-10 suited. Just a bit exploit betting bigger against him. Good board for us. One will be pushing pretty hard. Trying to make kings fold. I think we're still going to go for this one. So he just has the old queen jack. I'm wondering whether this check with 10-7 suited. Getting check raised would be horrible with so much equity. Like, you could check the turn there. This guy's not shoving enough. I think I can limp the. Obviously shoving with 10-7 suited now. Perfect run out for us. Wow. Well, that wasn't so fun. This pretty much blows, but I don't think there's anything we can do, so both spots looking for spin ups. Let's go. Well, that turn won't help us. Oh nice, we got a fold from Apollo. We're against 2 regs there. Maybe we'll get some interesting spots. Right, this is the player you want to be against when you're short stacked. It looks like he could potentially be overfolding. This is a call. Kind of sucks to have these against this type of player. I just don't think he's doing it that light. As light as he should be. Nice chop. Eights. Accidentally 3x'd here. Definitely don't want to be doing that. Kind of sucks to. He checks now. Super weird. Going for value events to 7, he's going to raise all of his value. Yeah, I think folding king jack suited on that turn against the reg could be. I don't like the fact we have a jack. I don't like the fact we have a jack because obviously we block his straight draws, like jack 8, jack 9. But I think folding king jack suited there would just be too. It's just too high up. Alright. Hitting the jack against Apollo, we'll take that one for sure since we were down to what, like 1 BB there? Pretty awesome. I think I'm gonna is a Polish reg. Thank you, quite bad. Yeah, I can see that he's a bit reggy. I was actually going to go for a limp re-raise and all-in if he ISO'd there, but he's jammed up me quite a few times versus my limps. Maybe he's watching the streams and seeing that my strategy is trying to play as many hands as possible. But against him, obviously, I'm adjusting, I mean. Don't like the fact that we don't have any backdoors really here. We managed to hit one though. Don't even know if we're going to be good. Polish reg. How do you know it's a Polish reg quite bad? I mean, I know he's a reg. I've seen him around before, that's for sure. Let's just hope he bums this one in. Yeah, thank you. Pretty strange strategy from him. Maybe he has some HUD and just thinks I'm over limping. Ah, okay. Alright, heads up against the reg. Well, that's the board you want to see with King Jack. Just gonna raise now, make my life easy. I mean, you know, if he's bet folding this, we're never getting value from him anyway, really, unless he starts going nuts. I don't really have much info on him. Could kind of be calling King 6 like he can. I just don't really have much info. He seems quite aggro in general. See how we're doing today. It's another ISO from him. Fairly even at the moment. Hoping to take this 125 then. Lots of good barrel cards with Jack 6 suited here. I think I will with this one against the 8 and the 5. Going to be tough to get 3 streets against them. Rivers are going to be pretty bad for it. Hoping for a low pair. Alright, flipping. Not a good start. No joy in a 125. Some nice backdoors. Obviously calling here. Good turn. Hope he doesn't jam. Yeah, obviously still calling. He's got like some straight draws, flush draws. He will have some Jack X, potentially strong Jack X as well. Yeah, and I think we're even good like against a lot of his hands here. We maybe want to bluff off against like king high flushes queen high, but I don't think we need to. So as you can see, he has 3-7 suited. 4 suited, calling here. I just think in general players, like this probably could be considered a call generally in GTO, but I just think players are really good enough to be barreling air in these spots. Like he's an unknown, I don't know him. 8-4, I kind of want to ISO again, but I'm not going to. Okay, this one will be betting. How's your sessions going? Quite bad. Managing to crush still. Been venturing into the 25s yet. Raz thinking about it, not sure what he wants to do. I think we're going to get another game up and avoid KLX. But we got another reg instead. Bunch of draws here, calling depending on river. There's a lot of draws. I don't like the fact we have a spade, it kind of sucks. It's like a value bet with a Jack X. Whatever, it's like super small, doesn't. So he's over bluffing if he's betting these. Like 10-3 there. It's a bit of an over bluff, I think. I'm gonna write small bet bluff. So basically he can small bet bluff. I think that's quite a good little annotation to have. We're obviously not winning here, so I'm just going to bet against his bluffs, some random Queen X flush draws, but he has. Okay, so he called us with a 10. Guess we could go bigger. We could. This guy ices pretty hard, so I'm just going to get this in. Sorry for F word. What F word? What F word? $10BB, 7-6 off, has good chunk of combos shoving, and this guy is for sure playing a lot of hands. King 9, let's get him done. Check, definitely checking this one back. Did we get him? No. Still some draws, we're going to have to call. I think we just check back now, not much we can get value from. It's either given up or... yeah, hit 10-8. Alright, King Jack gets there. Oh, crushed us, that guy. Crushed us. Ah, okay. The auto mod blocked it. No worries at all. Keeping it PG in here. 60 chips. I'm last almost 2k games. 60 at the 25s. 60 at the 25s. You'll take that long term. That's exactly what you want. Don't think we need to bluff too hard here. He's either got some diamond that has to fold the river, or he's just gonna put us in. Don't think he's shoving enough, so I'm just calling everything here. PG 18. Taking some initiative. I think this guy might be a reg, I'm not sure. Okay, so he's checked. SPR is pretty low, so I am going to see bet here. I'm just going to go for river calls. I think if we... There's a lot of draws. We chop with Queen X is under ours. Flush draws might check raise flop. Don't like the fact we have a 7, but I'm not folding. Yeah, so. Can't even remember what happened in this hand. But I assume on that turn and river, our hand is not very good. Too much gets there. Too much gets there. Pretty tough little spell at the moment. I say that, we get there on the river there. Stars caption. No, I do not. I don't really have anything on here at the moment. I used to use Table Ninja, but the stars hotkeys are so good now, like. What does stars caption get you? I swear I used to run party caption, but I can't even remember what I got from it. Just so long ago. Jacks are limping. That'll do. Oh. Nice game there, not recognizing any of these players. Last time you didn't remember what was your action rate. Ah, okay, yeah, that would be quite useful. Yeah, actually, I remember it shows like X, X, C, or you know, R for raise and stuff right next to the. Yeah, if I wasn't streaming, I guess that would be a lot easier to keep track of my own action. There was something else, like I remember my friend, yeah, it shows you like timings, right? So you can have like a timer on there and it tells you how long people took to act, right? It shows you in seconds how long it took. I know, I remember that was a function, right? I think I'm just going to play this aggressive myself. Not the best turn. I think we're still going to bet against his straight draws and diamonds. King, queen, king 10, queen 10. Any of these. This check's going in. Auto register. Yeah. I guess if you have loads of games, that might be something. But I mean, I'm only playing a couple of tables. I don't think it's something that's going to give me a lot there. Just exploit sizing here against fish. Obviously calling ace jack. Wow, limp shove, king 6, 17 BB, and he gets there. And I busted aces. Okay, limp shove seems to be heads up. King 6 off. Yeah, they're punishing us. They're definitely punishing us. 7-3 off, 2.75. I'm pretty sure this is just going to be a fold, right? Yeah, it's 1 point. No wait, 7-3, 2.9, 2.75. Oh well. This just one above the call. Got to get it in. Gonna wait a little bit, try and avoid that guy. Got two randoms on the right. I think we'll make these two the last two games. Bit of a tough last 10-15 minutes, all to play for. You mean send privately? Is that what you mean by whisper? Yeah, I'm not sure how if you can do it in the stream. But if you send us a message on Facebook or something, technique, I'm pretty sure reg. Going for it with a king 5 against Nexor here. Get a call. Not the most amazing board. Smashes his range, but he's going to have some lower pairs in there, some 10x as well that I might be able to put some pressure on. Not a barrel card, so electing to just check fold. But yeah, just send a message to us on Facebook. I can answer it in there. Just DM us somewhere on one of the socials. Unless it's super private, in which case we can try and figure something else. But you'll have to tell me if that's the case or not. Let's see if we can end with a couple of wins. I think the last 15-20 minutes has killed us. Let's see what we... Not too bad, down a tiny bit. I think that's a pretty good result considering. Value betting now. I don't think he's going to bet a 6 himself. There are some draws that we could have just check called to. Oh, it's private. Okay, cool. Just hoping to get called by a 6 or a worse 10. Okay, let's see. No! Alright, down to that last one. You can email me, chris.pokerdeals@gmail.com. I can answer you there. I think that's the best way to get me and no other people, I guess, at the moment. Just going to raise none all in here just in case he has some flat hands that don't want to call shoves. Yeah, sure, let me write it. It's not logging me in. I'm not logged in on this. Let's see if I can do it. I'm trying, bear with me. Alright, sent it now. No raises, please. We're going to be pretty disguised with an 8 or a 3. 2 into 9. He should slow down with his bluffs here, especially with Queen X. Don't really want to turn my hand into a bluff now though. He's still going to have some Queen X and call, and I don't want to barrel off against it. Well, we're going to be beating his straight draw bluffs, so... 7 high flush draw. I think it's pretty much bottom of the range for me to be calling a bet there. Going to be interesting if he bets that river. Let's see what he has. Ace 3 with the 3 of clubs. Raise again. This time we obviously can't call. Might have to start having a bit of a check back range if this continues. Come on, final game. Let's try and bank some profit in. It would tip us over the edge, which I think is a pretty good result considering I think it's been quite a tough session. I'm going to go for a delay here. Could conceivably raise now. Do we want to raise? I think with 7 high, sorry, 8 high we do. If he just raises, he obviously has a 2. 9s are not really going to be too comfortable. I'm just going to bet against missed flush draws. I think it's going to have to call a 9 as well, but we don't look like we're really bluffing too hard. I think with the sizing against unknowns, yeah, so he just has it. This one's going in. Not our board for sure. I think this one we're going to start bluffing. This board hits our range quite considerably. Not too sure about his ISO range considering jamming, but I think I'll just play a flop. Gonna have to call this. Not our board. This is going in. Well, makes our decision pretty easy. Well, can counterfeit. Come on. No joy in the last 2 games, unfortunately. I think we played super good in general. Pretty happy with how it went. Hope you guys managed to get some value from that. If you did, please hit follow. That would be much appreciated. Tomorrow, podcast coming out. Mark Herm, that'll be a really fun one to watch. MTT player, won over $7 million. It was really fun speaking to him. That's coming out tomorrow on YouTube. Just search PokerDeals and you'll find all of our previous streams, full streams, highlights, and some other content there. We're also on all the other socials. Hope you enjoyed today's session. And yeah, it was fun. Thanks for joining, guys. Hope you had a good one. Take care. Yeah, no worries, quite bad. I'll check it out and speak to you soon. All right. Take care, everyone.